How's everyone doing? Today I have an awesome-tastic haul. I was going to say mail day, but only one of these things came from the mail. All kinds of goodies in here. I've got movies, Funko Pop figures, I've got nerdy t-shirts. So let's go ahead and get into it. First up, I'm going to go ahead and show you the Funko Pop figure that I picked up. I don't have a ton of Funko Pops. I'm not super into them. There's just so many. I really want to see a John Carpenter's The Thing Funko Pop line. They did one for Big Trouble in Little China already, so they can do it for that. It's my all-time favorite movie, of course, The Thing. I also love Big Trouble in Little China. But yeah, whenever I get my Funko Pops, I take them out of the boxes. I don't know. It's weird to me to keep them in the boxes to me. And I've gotten a few ones signed, and I get them signed on the figures if possible, instead of I see most of the people getting them signed on the window boxes, which I don't really like, because again, I like to take them out and display them. But this is what I got right here. It's the Doctor Strange Marvel Collector Core exclusive, and I dig this one. It's the Levitation one, which is really cool, and he's all in gold. Very sparkly, and I got this. I found this on Facebook. I mentioned before, a lot of times I find deals on Facebook groups, like local flea market, yard sale, garage sale groups, like your local town or county or whatever. Usually there's a whole bunch on Facebook for that. And I was just perusing through, and somebody had just had a sale this past weekend for all kinds of Blu-rays and Funko Pops, all kinds of good stuff. It was literally right down the street from me, so I messaged the girl who had it, and she had a whole bunch of Funko Pops that I was interested in, and I talked to her briefly, and then I saw we had a bunch of mutual friends. So yeah, she's actually living with a girl I went to high school with, and then she used to work with somebody else who I used to work with. So we had a bunch of mutual friends, and so we got to talk, and we talked for like hours actually. And pretty cool chick, one of the few chicks I've ever known who is really big into horror movies and knows all about the different releases. She was talking about Blood Iron, Scream Factory, and Arrow Video. I was like mind blown. So I thought that was pretty awesome. So got a new friend out of it, as well as picking up this awesome Funko Pop figure, and I might pick up some more stuff from her in the future because she says she has a lot of Blu-rays in storage she still has to go through. But I'll go ahead and take this out of the box. And I don't know if I should do an unboxing thing. I was going to do a separate one because it's an exclusive figure, but I don't know. I don't think it needs it, but there we go. And at first I wasn't sure if this was going to lay flat, but it does. I'm going to go ahead and show you right there on his cape. And I dug the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun, very entertaining. I would like to see that get like a 4K release. I know Disney has announced Guardians of the Galaxy is going to get a 4K release in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. So hopefully Doctor Strange will be next on that, because I think it definitely deserves it. But I love the look to it, like that gold sparkly design, and the fact, the levitation is really cool, and that he's, sitting on the cape so he can stand flat on the surface like that. I dig it. I love the heck out of that one. So that was super awesome. Got it for a good deal, and yeah, that was pretty cool, and she delivered it to me, so what, you can't beat that. Next up, I'm going to show you some of the nerdy t-shirts that I got from Ripped Apparel. I got 3 t-shirts from them. They're a shirt company online that does 3 different shirt designs every day, and it's usually a combination of 2 different themes, and they're only available for 24 hours for this low price, and I can't remember how much it is right now, but I want to say like 13 bucks. I could be mistaken. I think that's before shipping. But then I think it's like 12 hours afterwards, it goes up in price to like 18 bucks. And you can still get them for the next 12 hours. Sometimes they bring those designs back, but usually it's just for that 36-hour period. But I had a few ones that, I see them every day, and I'm picky with that kind of stuff, but there's a few ones recently that I had to get. Including, first up is this awesome one right there. A Logan meets Lion King design. Great mashup, and it's Logan right there holding up Laura X-23. I loved the Logan movie. And in the background, it kind of looks like it could be an X back there too, a little bit. I dig it though. But yeah, the Lion King Logan mashup. Let me know if you saw Logan and what you thought of it. But yeah, I loved the heck out of it, and Old Man Logan was awesome. Lots of emotions in that movie, and I can't wait to see what they do with Deadpool 2. Cable was my all-time favorite comic book character growing up, so I hope Josh Brolin does a good job there, and they can do some spin-offs, X-Force, New Mutants, Cable standalone movies, six-pack. But yeah, that was an awesome shirt. I like the color scheme for it too, that orange, that burnt orange. Next up, and I love the color scheme for this too, with the like kind of a coral blue, I guess, but it's Happy Gilmore right here with Bob Barker. I love that's such a classic scene. The price isn't right. Are you too good for your home? But yeah, that was just awesome. So it's like a mashup between Happy Gilmore and Street Fighter. And I dig the heck out of that. That's just amazing to me. And again, I love the color of the shirt. Very bright and vivid. So, super cool. And then I got one more t-shirt to show you. But I dig that Ripped Apparel. There's a few other ones out there, too, that do kind of similar things like that. So, I like nerdy t-shirts, especially horror ones. They don't have enough horror ones, in my opinion. But next up is, this looks like it's an Atari and Star Wars mashup. I'm assuming Atari because down there at the bottom it has the little logo and it says Chewie down there, kind of like Atari. I don't know if you can see that, but it's a Kessel Run video game program. Kessel Run used with joystick controllers, and then hyperspace thrust control, 1 player, 2 players, 12 parsecs. There you go. But I just thought that looked really cool, and you know, Millennium Falcon right there. And I think Atari did have a Return of the Jedi game. And I think they had a stand, like an arcade game too back in the day for Star Wars. But I know they did like Space Invaders, a bunch of different video game ones. So I just thought that looked pretty awesome. And I like to see when they do other shirt colors too. I think you can actually choose the different shirt colors, but I usually just go with the ones that they have on there. Because I don't know, I'm just weird like that. But I don't know, it's when you see it on the models that they have on there, it's like, oh, that's how it'll look. I can picture that. So that's what I go with. But they usually have a ton of black shirts, and I have a ton of black shirts now. So I like that I was able to get those other ones in the different colors, kind of switch it up. But so yeah, that was awesome. I dig it. And then on to the movies. All DVDs this time. Sorry. I know everybody loves the Blu-ray, but I don't think any of these... I think one might be on Blu-ray. But first up is for a Criterion Collection for Haxen, which is a Swedish-Danish silent documentary about witchcraft, especially witchcraft during like the Middle Ages. And also talking about, you know, how hysteria could have been influenced by it. And there's also, they have the original 1922 silent film, which is 104 minutes, but then they also have the 1968 Witchcraft Through the Ages 76-minute version, narrated by William S. Burroughs, who of course did, he's an author who did Naked Lunch, he did Junkie, he did a bunch of well-known, influential books. He's kind of during like the beatnik kind of era. And has a great jazzy soundtrack in here too. And this one has English language on there too. So yeah, this is not available on Blu-ray, which is actually surprising. This has really like haunting imagery, some really kind of creepy moments. And you know, you think about the things that, you know, people, witches that were accused, and you know, just the craziness of it. At times it almost seems comedic. Actually, many times it seems comedic. But I remember one scene in particular. There's like the one woman who's accused of witchcraft. And she, like the scene of her just eating was super gross to me. But they have this crazy imagery, and the director in here actually plays the devil in here, which is, there's so many crazy parts. They have to, the witches have to kiss the devil's ass, and some of it is just, you can't help but laugh at it. But definitely a very surreal documentary. Tons of great special features on here, including commentary by Danish silent film scholar Casper Tybjerg, and a whole bunch of other good stuff. Hopefully this will get a Blu-ray release. Very, if you're into horror, I think you'll definitely appreciate it. Very intriguing and entertaining. Next up is Haunted 3D. This is, I should actually preface this by saying, these 4 titles right here, I've mentioned in the past, there's a guy that I sell my movies to. Sometimes he's got a storefront, he sells online as well. I met up with him, sold over 300 Blu-rays, and I don't know, like, not too many DVDs this time. I want to say probably like 30 DVDs, but over 300 Blu-rays. And I got some cash, and then I got some trade-in stuff for these 4 titles right here. He kind of sold me on a couple of them. But yeah, so Haxen right there is one I wanted to add to the collection for a while. But then this is one that he sold me on. It's India's highest grossing horror film. And it includes some 3D glasses right there, 4 pairs. So Bollywood horror, I've seen some, and it was just so outlandish and ridiculous, and kind of hilarious and entertaining. I haven't seen this one right here. Vikram Bhatt film, Haunted 3D. I guess it's a haunted house kind of one. And it's a little over 2 hours long, 143 minutes. So I'm looking forward to checking out, just for the fact that it's the India's highest grossing horror film. So I give it a fair chance. Nice slipcover right there, and a clear case. Next up is a stand-up comedy feature, double feature rather, of with Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor might be my all-time favorite comedian. George Carlin is right up there as well. I also really like Greg Giraldo and Patrice O'Neill, who both passed away not too long ago. Thankful enough to see both of them live. But these are two classic stand-up comedies right here, live on Sunset Strip and Here and Now. So definitely a classic. Let me know who your favorite comedian is, stand-up comedian. And Richard Pryor, one of the greatest of all times. So very happy to add that double feature. In fact, actually, and it's two separate discs in there, the DVDs. But one of the things I liked on here is they have this little advertisement. They got Cheech and Chong, some Monty Python, but you have Breaking All the Rules, which I think is a super underrated rom-com. Love the heck out of that one with Jamie Foxx, Gabrielle Union, a few other recognizable people in there, Morris Chestnut, and some pugs. The pugs are adorable in there too, but such a fun movie. I would highly recommend Breaking All the Rules. That deserves a Blu-ray release as well. But next up is Death Machine. He kind of sold me on this one as well. I had never heard of this one before. It looks kind of like a Terminator ripoff, and also kind of sounds like a RoboCop ripoff as well. The year is 2003, you know, set in the future. And it stars Brad Dourif, and he looks insane in this movie. Looking forward to checking it out for Brad Dourif alone. And I'm looking forward to Cult of Chucky, which, of course, he does the voice of Chucky. I wish Cult of Chucky would have gotten a theatrical release, but I digress. Let me get back on topic here. But I guess he plays a childlike psychotic, and he makes like these crazy, like, mechanized weapon creatures. It's a weapon that can track its target by sensing fear and the power to rip through walls with its hard steel and razor teeth. So yeah, that sounds insane. Looking forward to checking it out. Brad Dourif sold me on it, and the fact that it's like this, you know, metallic creature that can sense fear and is attacking people. So there you go. Those are the movies you've seen. The movies. Definitely let me know what you think of them. Let me know what your favorite pickup from this haul is. Is it one of the T-shirts? Was the Doctor Strange Marvel Collector Core exclusive Funko Pop figure? And do you take your Funko Pops out of the packaging and display them, or do you keep them in the boxes? I think I'm like one of the only people that takes them out and displays them. And let me know what you think of the movies as well, and what other Criterion Collection releases need a Criterion Blu-ray release. There's still a bunch that only have DVD releases. Let me know what you think on that, and I hope everybody's doing well. Take care.